hating smoking. I've always been the person that's like passive aggressive and like coughs as they walk by, or they say, oh my gosh, there's no fresh air out here. But that's not the only reason I hate smoking. I don't like smoking because it has so many effects that people don't even think about, not only being death and bad air quality. It also affects the environment. 176 billion pounds of cigarette butts are found in the US alone every year. I care because I don't want to have to hold my breath as I walk into TG Maxx or JC Penney. I care because a child battling cancer, where he has no control over the disease he has when you are choosing to give yourself the same one, but he would kill to have a naturally healthy life that you have. I care because the noise of a smoker in a movie theater is simply obnoxious when they are coughing their lungs out. Yeah. Another reason I decided smoking is I watched my grandma die from the side effects over a course of 7 years. Cancer is not the only killer from smoking. COPD kills many. My grandma was one of them. When I was younger, like 6 or 7, I would take care of my grandma or just go over there and hang out with her, but I would like steal her cigarettes and hide them, and she would get really mad at me. But that did not cause her to quit until she heard that she had to be on oxygen whenever she needed it. Fast forward 5 years, she was on 24-hour oxygen and had no control over her breathing quality and couldn't walk through Kroger's without needing to sit down. I would go over every weekend and hang out with her and run her errands for her and do all that thing. One day after I came home from school, I heard that my grandma had been admitted to the hospital and was confused, and she didn't know where she was, what she was doing, because she hurt her back. Come to find out, the only reason she was confused is her brain was not getting enough oxygen because her lungs weren't exhaling the CO2. CO2 was taking up her lungs instead of oxygen. After 2 days, she perked back up. 3 days, she was talking to me. 4 days, she was confused again. After 5 days in the hospital, she was admitted to hospice and was on a BPAP machine, which breathes for her so she could have a few good days with us before she left. I care about smoking because no grandchild should ever have to sit there watching her grandma die as she holds her hand because she's no longer able to talk because the tar and everything else in her lungs is making it incapable for her to breathe. I care because a granddaughter should not have to lose sleep for 3 days because she doesn't know when the last time her grandma is going to see her. I care because I want to see everybody else's grandparents at their graduation. I care because the average person should live past 65. I feel passionately that no person should smoke, knowing they are killing themselves, knowing they are hurting the earth, and knowing they are ripping themselves away from an extra 30 years.